You know, I usually say this kind of weather is grilled cheese and soup, but this is casserole weather. How about tamale pie? We're going to show you how to combine your favorite pork flavors and masa in one casserole.
They're cute, cuddly, maybe even slithery. We're giving them all the love on Love Your Pet Day. Find out which one Mike might take home.
It ain't going to be the slithery one. And almost 40 years of experience to make sure your hat fits just right. We're going to take you inside Herb's Hat Shop for today's Try It Tuesday.
Live from Market Square in downtown San Antonio, this is SA Live.
Well, the rain sure isn't bringing down the energy on our Tuesday afternoon. We got a fun-packed show that includes good eating and...
We gotta eat. What? Oh, animals too.
Yes,
yeah.
indeed.
Food, animals.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Mike Osterhage.
I'm Jen Tobias Dresky filling in for Fiona today.
All right. This is something we have never had on the show
Never
before.
seen. I'm from San Antonio, and I had never in my life had a tamale pie. So I'm really excited. Look at that. Looks delicious.
Good. Amy Rodriguez is here to show us how to make this flavorful meal. She's a blogger and recipe developer.
Yes.
So, recipe developer, how'd you come up with this recipe?
This is a Tex-Mex twist on your traditional tamale. So I feel like after a long day, everyone just wants to come home and gather around the table and have a comforting meal. So this is going to hit all those comfort flavors in one.
And you don't have to take the time to roll up tamales or anything like that.
That's a lot of work.
You cut the work in half. I mean, after everyone's so busy, you know, the base of this starts with ground beef.
Okay.
And you can pre-make this ground beef a few days before if you have taco night.
And you said they even have pre-cooked ground beef at the grocery
It's
store?
amazing what they do in the grocery stores now.
They do?
Such great shortcuts.
That's
for us
cheating.
busy people.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so, okay, we're putting green pepper.
Green peppers. We're going to put bell peppers. We're going to put onions. We're going to put diced tomatoes. We're going to hit it with some fresh corn. And what I love about this recipe, it has fresh corn in the filling, and then it has masa harina, which is ground corn, in the topping.
Yeah, two different combinations of
And
we
we've
have
got salt,
cumin.
pepper, and cumin?
Yes.
Okay.
And then we're going to hit it with some enchilada sauce.
All right.
So
all
that's
this goes
also in the
here.
book.
Let me
So we
stir
have
this
all
up.
these shortcuts and great recipes in the book. So.
And is that what most of your recipes are about? Just kind of like coming together, but not taking so much time?
Nobody wants to spend a lot of time in the kitchen. They want to come together, you know, have a great dinner and talk about your day. And that's what I aim to do, is easy, delicious recipes.
Great way to sneak veggies in on the kids,
Yeah,
too.
right. So we're going to mix that. And while he mixes that, we're going to make the topping for this tamale pie. So we're going to go with 2 eggs.
Okay.
Put those in the bowl. We're going to whisk it together with milk, whole milk. And this is what I was telling you earlier. This is where the other corn flavor comes in. We have masa harina, and we have cornmeal.
And you can get masa harina at...
Yes, it's your one that they make to make the tamales, the maseca.
I got a hint for you. Make sure you get a big enough skillet for all this.
It is a lot.
It's kind of dumping out the sides a little bit.
So we're going to whisk this all together, and this is going to be our topping. So once we put it in over the ground beef, we're going to cover it with the slow cooker.
Okay.
The lid, and it's going to cook, and it's going to get nice and puffy, and it's going to bring all those flavors in from the ground beef. It's so delicious.
And you started because of a pinto bean recipe, right?
I started my blog sharing my mom's pinto bean recipe, and it just took off from there, and people wanted more, and so now I have fajitas, and I have margaritas, and
I saw those drinks. They look good.
Thank
They
you. We'll
look
be
really
making some of
good.
those later. So, which finally led to the book. So I'm super excited to be sharing, you know, the plates of my childhood.
Okay, so other than brining up the ground beef, this is all the work that we have done in, how long has the segment been going on? 2 minutes maybe?
2 minutes.
Okay.
Very simple. We're going to put that in the crock pot.
All right.
So that's going to be the...
You get that, Jen?
I think so.
Kind of heavy. All right.
I'll hold it with 2, and
we can put it here.
it can help
So
me.
this is all our flavors, and this is going to cook low and slow, so all those flavors are going to blend together, and it's going to be delicious.
Oh my goodness, it smells so good.
And I would assume you could even do all this maybe the night before.
You can put it in the fridge.
Put it in the fridge and set it out a little bit just to get
before.
and then
Crank it on low, go to work, go on with your day, you come home, and you have a hot meal.
And the more it sits, I would imagine,
The flavors just get better and better and better. So then we're going to add our topping. We want to make sure we spread it all over the meat.
And what is it about a casserole like that that is just, it's comforting?
It's homey,
Yeah.
it's
It
comforting.
is.
You know, it reminds you of your grandmother, So this recipe reminds me of my grandmother because she used to love to make tamales, but then she got older and she was like, how can we find a shortcut? So we've been making this for her and she loves it. We're going to top this with cheese.
May I?
Yes, go ahead.
Love cheese.
And the nice thing about this, too, is the good thing about a casserole, and especially something like this, like we were talking about, the longer it sits, the flavors just kind of all come together.
It gets super yummy. We're going to cover it.
And the leftovers.
Oh, the leftovers are even
Those are the
better. So we're going to cover this. We're going to cook it, crank it on low, and it's going to cook for 6 hours. And now we're going to reveal our swap out.
Magic.
The magic of TV.
Okay.
Oh my goodness,
So
may I do the honors? Are you ready for this?
So this is the masa all puffed up, the meat's coming together with the flavors. We're going to serve it.
Oh, gosh.
Doesn't it smell delicious? And look how easy it was to make.
And they're all tied to memories, your recipes.
Yes, every
That just makes
recipe
me
in the
so
book
happy.
is tied to a memory of my mother, my father.
And you were also saying if you had tacos one night,
Sour
you could take
cream?
leftover taco meat and use that in there instead.
I tried to make everything super
Sour cream.
simple for everyone in the book. And so, you know, we can have great meals in less time.
So plenty more recipes in that book.
Yes.
And we posted your website on SALive.com. So if you want this recipe and more, cocktails,
everything's there.
appetizers.
From cocktails to appetizers to slow cookers.
One problem with that, you're going to take a second helping and then get way too full because the first helping was so good. That's what that casserole is. Yep.
Right.
Okay.
That's
Well,
what I
for
wanna
more
hear.
information on this recipe and find out how you can get your hands on this cookbook, head over to SALive.com and click on the As Seen on SA Live tab. Amy, thank you very much.
It's so nice to try new recipes.
Oh my gosh,
I just love
very
that.
tasty.
And on Tuesdays, you like to try new things, right?
All sorts of different things, and I went over to the east side to Herb's Hat Shop and saw what it takes to get one of those hats just perfect and try and fit this noggin too. Take a look. All right, try it Tuesday. I'm going to try my hand. I got to shape my hat a little bit, so I'm going to try my hand at being a hatter over here at Herb's Hat Shop. Tape measure long enough for this noggin?
Yes, it's 23 and a half, about a 7 3/8.
So remember that, I'm a long oval.
Yes.
Good sign of intelligence, right?
Yeah.
Big,
Yeah, you
big
got
head like
it.
that.
You got
Okay,
it.
that's coming from the expert. Okay. So I noticed, you know, all these tools around here and the blocks and everything. How old are these? How many hats do you think have been on these things?
I could never tell you that. It's a lot.
And this is where the term blocking a hat comes to be because it's
a block that
of
we
wood.
can make it smooth.
And obviously, this is not something you learn out of a book. You just got to do it
you
and
just
feel
gotta
feel the felt
yes.
and.
You got to hand steam it.
So even the style, even though the style may look good, a George Strait style on somebody,
Yeah, but
there
the
are
width,
the little nuances to it have to be adjusted for the
Right.
taste.
Okay. So, this is how you check it out. Make sure it's straight right here,
Okay.
and then you turn it around.
You put it on
and backwards to make sure
it's
you
straight
got
there.
right.
And a hat is pretty resilient. I mean, you can size them, you can make them
Yes,
smaller, you
you
can make
can-
them larger, change the shape. If you get tired of the shape after a while, you can next year have a completely different hat, basically.
Right. And same color, but a different hat.
All right, so I start ironing here.
First, get it wet again.
Steam it
Just
first?
watch your hands.
Just like ironing a shirt.
Just iron our shirt. Flip your hat over.
Flip it and iron this side. So this is
down.
kind of getting a clean slate.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
You start from scratch all the time. You don't try and
Right. Move it
shape a hat
over.
that's already shaped. You
Yes.
just
Yeah.
go from ground zero. Okay, I've got this. I want it turned up a little bit, going for a George Strait style, you say, which means turned up in a little bit of a
Square.
kind of a crease right in there. So I want to go about here, maybe.
Yes.
You said because of the shape of my face, I
right.
gotta. What do you like? Go with the cheekbones or
I
something?
usually go on the outer side of the eye.
Okay,
like
so
that.
about right in there.
You're good.
Good? Okay. And then I go like this and put my thumbs here
Yes, sir.
and just start bending upward.
Bending upwards a little bit.
And the nice thing is, it's kind of forgiving. If you mess up, you go, oh, I messed up. Re-steam it, re-iron it, start over again.
Exactly.
Okay, so
You can do anything to felt that you can't do with straws.
like this.
Yes. Yes.
And just kind of hold it in place, just like this.
Move it out towards the back. So what I do is check it out by putting my thumb right here to the print around to make sure we got enough on this side and enough on that side.
Okay.
So you did it perfect.
Oh.
The more you do, the more you get better at it.
You can do it with your eyes closed, basically.
Yeah.
Okay. Huh, I'll be darned. Okay. What do you think?
It looks good.
Yeah, it's the George Strait look, and that's as far as it goes. Not bad. Let's look at my head shaped up too. Probably fit better. And the George Strait was because of the little creases right there in front. That's what makes it.
Okay.
Because the style of hat, and Kay Maynard can talk more about that.
Welcome.
It was the basic hat is a cattleman.
It is. It's called a cattleman crease, and George Strait made that famous, and so
gotta love George Strait.
Yes, he has a hat named after him. So, but it's a wonderful, very popular style.
Must be cool to have a hat named after you too. As well as being
You gotta
very,
be
very
George
famous.
Strait to have that.
And there's a million different hats, and the quality of hats too.
Yes, exactly. Yes, hats
nice.
are rated. Their quality is on the X's that they, and it just really means the percent of felt fur that's in each hat.
So
And
that's what those X's mean.
That's what the
then.
X's mean.
Okay.
Yes. And different companies, it's a proprietary secret. So no one actually knows exactly exactly how much fur felt is in the 10X, but John Stetson in the late 1800s invented this system mainly just so customers could know the quality of their hat and be very comfortable knowing while they're purchasing a hat, that's the quality that they're purchasing.
And you said most of this felt is it's beaver pelt along with
just different things. I mean,
sometimes wool.
Something else. Some things could be wool. Like that hat is a mostly wool blend hat. That's
Okay,
a
and you
4X
can
hat.
kind of feel
you
it.
Can tell.
And yours seems like it has a little bit more.
Yes, so this is a 20X hat. It's called a grizzly, and it's just something fun that they do
I see that.
before it gets hand sanded more down to this more finished look.
And you
So-
said some are even mixed with mink.
Yes,
Wow.
and that is that hat right there.
Ooh.
That is an American hat company, so pick it up. You
And
gotta see that. So that is.
And it feels like it too.
Tell us again where you're located.
On Rixby Road, on 4922 Rixby Road. So this is a 1000X American hat in pecan.
Wait, that's going to fit.
We'll let you try that on while we got to go to break now.
Herb's hat shop over there. Kay, thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Fascinating
Thank you.
learning how that all goes together. All right. So, next, after the break, street corn with a Japanese twist.
look at this.
And the food bank is here. And we're also making Chef Ryan Torres
Chicken katsu.
chicken katsu. So this
Ooh,
just goes
that's
right
hiding
in
back there.
Right in there.
Okay, I'm stepping back. I get a little nervous.
This looks good. We're going to tell you where you can taste all of this coming up.
Plus, a new tool that can improve your child's batting average. See if it's a home run as we gear up for baseball season. We'll be right back.
Okay, if you just love street corn, you're going to love this next recipe because street corn, it's just got that flavor to it. This has such a unique flavor, and it comes from where you wouldn't imagine. We're trying to get the stove lighted right now. This is called technical difficulties in the world of television. Right. And Ryan Torres is here with the San Antonio Food Bank. And we have an event coming up, or you have an event coming up,
right.
And where we can taste this great street corn and some of these other Japanese-inspired street corn.
So the theme we're going for is almost like a fiesta festival kind of, from a lot of Japanese food we're gonna feature. The event is Thursday, March 1st.
Okay.
It's at the San Antonio Food Bank.
And it is called the Runway Where Fashion Meets Compassion event.
Correct.
So it's going to be what, fashion as well as?
Yeah, so we're going to have a live runway. There's going to be several guests, several vendors featured from all over San Antonio, local. Also, the food bank ourselves, we will be preparing the food.
Okay. Now, how do we get started with the street corn here?
So first things first, you need a hot pan, of course. So we're gonna hit it with some miso butter first.
Oh, miso butter.
Yeah, so a little bit of miso, a little bit of just Kerrygold's butter.
Now, what is miso butter?
Miso is a paste that, and a lot of times is used. There's different colors of miso, and in Japanese cuisine or in a lot of Asian cuisine, it'll be utilized. So we're imagining this pan would be really hot right now, sizzling, and you're gonna go ahead and drop some corn in there.
Okay, all of it?
Now just use a spoon,
Just
about
spoon?
3 or 4 spoonfuls.
2, 3, okay.
Yeah, we're gonna let that get real hot and cook and get some more color on it. If you want to give it a little imaginary shake.
Okay.
We're gonna hit it with some togarashi. So these are very authentic Japanese garnishes and spices that you're gonna see throughout the event and that you can only really see throughout authentic Japanese restaurants and cuisine.
So you said
togarashi is almost like the chili. So that red chili-like powder.
Okay, is it hot?
No, it just has a lot of interesting flavors in it. So you're going to sprinkle a little bit of that in it, a little bit of chili powder as well. That'll be it for that. And then,
good luck.
And then we're going to go with a little bit of the bonito.
This?
Yes.
And what is bonito?
So this is a little bit of dry seaweed, has a little bit of sesame seed, can also be known as furikake. It has dry fish in there. So that's a little bit different twist on your traditional street corn. So we're going to hit it with a little bit of that. Like I said, a lot of umami flavors. We're going to get that mixed up together. And then just a little bit of bonito, which is the flake right there, which is dry shaved fish. We're going to just hit it on there.
Dry shaved?
Yeah. Umami, yeah, just nice and dry, and then they shave it, and they kind of just garnish it, and it adds a little bit of fishiness.
I'll be darned.
As it would. So that's pretty much it. And then if you want to hit it with a little bit of the Kewpie, which is a Japanese mayo also, and just you can go crazy on it. A lot of the street corns here in San Antonio have mayo, so this is going to be a Japanese style mayo.
Would you put the mayo into the hot pan?
No.
Okay, so no. I mean, get it all together.
Yeah, I would garnish it definitely at the end, and then we're going to finish it with a little bit of the hoisin.
Okay.
And then it'll look real pretty like that in that bowl over there.
All right, so that would all go together, and garnish it up with a little bit of lime. Now, as far as the event is concerned, you said it's on March the 1st.
March 1st, which is a Thursday.
And it's going to be at the Food Bank.
San Antonio Food Bank. Yes, we convert the whole warehouse into a runway.
Wow, and the great thing about it is tickets, you said, are
$125, and they can be purchased on www.safoodbank.org.
And the great fact is, every dollar, just every dollar, provides for 7 meals.
Correct.
At the food bank.
We're hoping to get around 400, maybe even 500 people. That would be awesome to provide a fair amount of meals for the city. So pretty excited about that. Different, right?
It is. But that little spice that kind of sneaks up in there.
It's definitely different. Okay. And then we have the katsu over here too. I'm not too sure. So this is something that we're gonna plate here on the fly. So everybody's familiar with fiesta here and chicken on a stick.
Okay.
So we're going to take a little Japanese twist on this. This is just chicken thigh.
While you're getting that up there, once again, I want to say that check it out. San Antonio Food Bank's Runway, where fashion meets compassion, and it's coming up March 1st, 6:30 to 9:30. And you can find out more information at SALive.com and click on the As Seen on SA Live tab. Chep, thank you very much. I appreciate it. All right, still ahead on SA Live, it is National Love Your Pet Day. Oh, who can't love that little... Oh, they're furry and cute. Some very unusual little critters. We're going to have more on how to add one of these guys to your family. But if you have a baseball player and if they're not really good at batting, there is a device which is really, really going to help the batting. It's called See What? David Elder has a story.
See what? Hey, it's David Elder with SA Live, and if you're looking for a great way to get a good swing on your baseball player or your softball player's future, well, guess what? We're over here on the southeast side of San Antonio at Walk-Off Baseball and Softball Academy with president of a really cool company called SIWA, Steve Valadez. Now, you're going to be talking to me about this little guy right here. This is the normal helmet, but you have something really cool that you've created that is attached to that. Tell me a little bit about it.
This attachment is it fits on every helmet out there. There's snap buttons on the side here. Goes on real easy, takes off real easy. The Velcro for the face mask.
Yeah.
And it gives the batter tunnel vision.
Now, what purpose does tunnel vision provide to the hitter?
Well, what I did, filmed my daughter, and what she was doing wrong was not looking at the ball. Make contact, for the bat. And it was for the pitcher's hand all the way to the bat. And what she was doing was turning her head. So what I did, I said, you're not even watching, what you're trying to hit. So I made this concept with horse blinders. With horse blinders we saw on the parade, and the horse doesn't look to the side. It focuses on the tunnel vision, going forward. So that's what I started thinking about. So I said, you know what? You're not watching the ball. Let's put this on the side so you can see the ball all the way from the pitcher's hand all the way to the bat.
Coming up next on SA Live, we're going to be trying out this really cool, brand new softball technology and baseball technology. It's helping batters hit and increasing their batting average. So we're going to give it a swing and see if it really works.
When
See what? See what? inside perspective onto how the CEWA system works, we're here with Aaliyah Ortiz, a local sophomore here who's on the softball team. Now, Aaliyah, you use this.
Yes.
What do you think about it?
I think it's amazing. It helps me a lot, like personally. It helps me keep my eyes down in the zone instead of having my eyes fly somewhere else. That doesn't really matter. So yes, it really helps me.
And how long have you been using it?
For about a good month.
Wow. Yes. And what have you seen? So when you started and to where you're at now, like what has been the difference?
I'm definitely making more contact with the ball and helping my team out more.
Now, when you have this strapped onto the helmet like this can fit to any helmet, or it has to be a specific helmet?
Any helmet. Okay. With baseball, they're going to have to add a face mask on there.
Okay.
But it fits with every helmet. It has snap buttons on the side. Yeah. And the Velcro holds on the face mask here.
Well, that's awesome. Yeah. I mean, and then since you've started doing this and since you've kicked off this whole project, what has been the response to the company and to the everything that you've created?
It's just good feedback all the way around. And you know, my daughter got it started. It started with my son, then my daughter finished it up, and we actually made it for my daughter, and that's where it all started. Her players, you know, started hitting the ball because they were using it, and the parents were asking me, where can we get one? Well, I started making them. So,
then you started mass producing them, right? I mean, and this is great. I love that this is durable quality, like materials here. So this stuff is built to be outside and to be active.
Right.
That's awesome. For more information on CEWA, you can call 210-920-5984 or visit their website, www.c-wuh.com.
Wow, I wish I would have had something when I was playing baseball.
It's so cool that a dad invented that. That just makes me happy.
And I think in the practice of just getting the bat on the ball, too.
Oh, yeah. I'd like to try that on.
Half the battle, David. So in building your confidence. So speaking of building confidence, jeez, oh God, okay.
Okay, Mike is afraid of snakes, so that right there, how's your focus, Mike?
Yeah, what, they're moving.
It's Love Your Pet Day. These can be pets. Rossi had one, our producer. Coming up, we're going to share some more fun cuteness. Yes, you're cute, little snake. From Forever Pets, and also a seared snapper recipe. Perfect for Lent. You like the snakes? Yeah? You want to take one home, Mike?
Somebody owes me big time here.
It's Love Your Pet Day, and I hope you guys are spreading the love. Oh, Diane, she's got a picture. I love my pet day. This is Snow from the streets of San Antonio to swimming in her pool. What a beauty.
Boy, he's living a good life. Cheeto on his birthday. Where's my cake? Where's my presents? Keith, thank you very much for all those great pictures. Love your pet. Speaking of cute cuddlies, look at these little babies. Hi.
Yes, Sherry Waggy Coner from Forever Pets joins us, and she brought lots of cute friends.
Yet they are a little skittish, so all little furry little guys here.
We have all kinds of pets today.
All right, let's start in the middle, because these are fascinating.
Okay. These are ferrets here. Didn't you have a ferret?
I did. His name was Timmy, after Tim Duncan and Tim McGraw.
And
I
had him. A ferret?
I did, and I had him for 8 years. So I will tell you, I loved him.
They make good pets?
They make great pets. Yeah. They're like cats, but they're way they're friendlier and they're more playful.
I called it like a combination of a cat and a monkey.
Yeah, that's exactly what they are. Yeah, they're weasels too.
Do they get litter box trained?
You can litter box train them. Yeah, they poop in corners.
They do.
So you can put a litter box in there and they'll go in corners. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They're also very mischievous. So if you like they like shiny things. So they'll hide that.
So knick-knack cabinets, you got to keep them locked.
Yes, yes. If not, they'll hide it. And once you find their pot of gold,
they took quarters out of my purse when I was in high school.
Really? Yeah, he would shiny.
He would stack them up. Yeah, he'd take them.
Now, as far as taking them to the vet, do a lot of vets deal in rats and ferrets and bunnies and all?
Not really. They're descended and neutered, and so they're like when they come in, they're Marshall Farm ferrets.
Okay.
So they're already descended, neutered. They have all their shots, so they're good to go.
Right. So they do have a scent. Now, rats. Usually, we're trying to get rid of these things.
So rats actually make really good pets. I would recommend it over like a hamster or
a rat.
Why is that?
A gerbil, because they're so smart. They're so much smarter. So I brought different sizes. This is the baby. These are about 2 weeks old. There's small rats, and then this one is. Big papa right here. These are big rats.
Okay.
They're just saying hello.
How are they smart? I mean,
you could actually train them. Like who had Home Alone had a pet rat.
Okay.
Ron Weasley from Harry Potter.
And better than you said, gerbils and hamsters and all that stuff.
You can actually train them, and you can put them on your shoulder, and they're just super chill.
I wonder how long it takes to train them to do certain things.
I don't think it takes them that long.
Just some patience.
You always think of rats
as lots of treats.
As places that are kind of dirty and dry. Are they clean animals though?
They're actually clean. Yeah, no, they actually lick themselves like cats. They bathe themselves, so they're not that. They're not. You know, they're not that.
Let's go to the chinchilla because this thing is just fascinating. Chinchilla.
Oh. These are mosaic chinchillas.
A mosaic chinchilla?
Mosaic chinchilla. Yeah, they're from the Andes Mountains, so they like the cold.
You can hold it together.
And I'll tell you what, just like, a chinchilla coat, this thing, it's okay. It feels like you're not even petting anything.
Right,
it is so
How would you
soft.
describe the way it feels for our viewers at home? How could you describe this?
They're the fluffiest of all animals.
It's just like a cloud. It's so soft.
Is this,
yes.
You have chinchilla fur in your hair. And is this in the same family as rabbits and weasels and?
They're in the rodent family too.
Okay.
Yeah, actually, but they're from the Andes Mountain.
Oh, hi.
And they have to take dust baths for instead of water baths because their coat is so dense that
if they got wet, they would never dry.
They would never. Yeah, they would basically never dry.
Oh wow!
Here you go. I mean,
now,
another one coming.
Holy smokes! That ain't as cute and cuddly.
This is a veiled chameleon.
I've never seen this.
Full grown. Yeah, no, he's shedding right now.
Okay.
They actually their eyes do a 180-degree turn, and so they can see and they're independent, so they can see from in the front and in the back in the same time.
And you have all kinds of animals at your shop. I know we're running low on time now, but people can go and see you, and you can help them to find the perfect animal for their home, right?
We have a Facebook page and an Instagram, Forever Pets SA, and we have new animals every week, and we post it on there every time we.
So if you put him up against your maroon shirt, would he turn maroon?
No, this is a veiled chameleon. They turn dark, and then they turn like light green.
No, Mike, I don't do that.
Yeah.
For more information, just go to SALive.com. This guy's cool. We got to give him a cool name.
I'll take the chinchilla over the chameleon. So.
Coming up after the break. Seared snapper combined with spicy flavors from Peru. We'll share that recipe.
Plus, make sure you stay heart healthy. We're going to tell you why women are more at risk of getting heart disease and how you can prevent it.
With El Maldonado from Chilitos Express.
Yes, indeed. So we have got a nice snapper fillet right here, right?
Yes, You put some salt, pepper.
Okay. Little salt and pepper on this.
Okay. A little garlic powder on that. Yeah.
A little garlic powder as well. And is snapper something that you can just buy in the fish case there at the grocery store?
So you got to make sure you don't overcook it.
Yeah. Okay. Because it doesn't have a lot of fat in it, right? So it can dry out quickly.
Because you want the pan really hot, right? So you got that
so it doesn't dry out.
Yeah.
Exactly. Now we're gonna do our Chilitos avocado salsa cruda.
Ooh. Okay.
Like for example, you get the avocado. You're gonna do it. 1 slice, 2 slices. So what you want to do, big dices, okay? Like this, see? Big dices.
Spoon it out.
Big dices. So you can feel the avocado.
Oh, so a little bit of the texture to it. And
right.
Okay. Now, about how long, I know it depends on the thickness of the fillet, but about how long would you do this?
I put this one in the break. Like about 4 minutes on one side.
Okay. So that good sear like that, and you leave it with the skin on?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, You see big dices.
Big dices. Is that pretty good, or should I turn that back over?
Just a little more.
Turn it back over? Okay.
So a little more, okay.
So,
a little more on that
side. So it's going to end up like this. Look how beautiful it is.
Okay. So you want it you want it really seared on one side.
So big dices of the avocado.
Right.
You're going to put some cherry tomatoes. Okay.
Yeah, like you said, this is not a little, thin type thing.
It's not a guacamole.
It's not guacamole.
It's not a guacamole.
Okay.
It's more like a salsa that is going to cover I put a little corn, just to give you a little sweetness, so it kind of like balance the flavors in there.
So the sweetness and the acidity from the tomatoes and that good creaminess from the avocado.
A little bit of onions.
Ah, yes.
And a little chopped cilantro.
You're gonna love this. Watch this.
Okay.
And then,
here
what
we
do you
go.
want?
The sauce.
Are you spicy or you mild? Are you spicy?
We like
or
it
mild?
spicy. Give
Are you
it
in the
spicy.
spicy team or the mild team?
Go for it.
Team spicy.
We'll do spicy?
Let's go for it.
How about half and half?
Oh,
Okay.
All right. Look,
half and
best
half.
of both worlds. There we go. And of course, you can find those sauces at HEB, right?
HEB.
And you have other seafood dishes on the menu all the way through Easter, correct?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, all the way through. When you stir this, make sure you don't break the avocados. You want those nice in pieces, so you get the sweetness of the avocado, then the cherry tomato.
It's almost like folding it together, not stirring it.
It's like all the flavors start popping in your mouth, like a fireworks of flavor.
Okay.
Having a fiesta in your mouth.
All right.
And what we do, and we just pour it over the fish.
Ooh. And for somebody that's not familiar with snapper, is it a kind of a lighter flavored fish? It's not a real fishy flavor to it?
It is a little bit fishy flavor to it. But it's a very nice fishy, and not way too fishy.
Okay.
And that's one of my favorites. Now, for the healthy eaters,
Yeah.
You can check out the sauces. We got very low calories. Fat is almost nothing fat.
And they can go on pretty much everything, right? That's the great thing.
You can put it in a tennis shoe and it will taste good. That's how good it is. Yeah.
Well, pardon my reach, but I'm dying.
You had to try
this. So
you had to try the salsa with the fish combined together.
Pile it all on there. Yes.
So it's gonna burst those flavors. It's gonna marry those flavors in your mouth, and you're gonna go happy time. Your belly time is gonna go.
Yes.
And then it's gonna make you dance.
How's that with the tomato? See? Yes. Yes, I think.
See? You feel that?
There is that little creamy, that one little flavor, not the heat to the sauce, but that creamy little flavor, almost a sweetness to it that's delicious.
And then you feel the fishy flavor underneath.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, this is really good. Okay.
Great stuff from El Maldonado from Cholitos Express. For more information, just head to our website, SALive.com, and click on the As Seen on SA Live tab.
Yes, that was darn good. All right, a happy heart equals a healthy heart. How you can avoid heart disease and why women are more at risk. That's coming up after the break.
Indy Partners, Energy Transfer, San Antonio area Chevy dealers, and University Health System are teaming up this month to make sure San Antonio women are aware of a very serious health problem in our city, heart disease. The statistics are shocking. It's our #1 killer, taking the lives of 1 in every 4 women. Ildiko Augustin, University Health System cardiologist, is here to talk about how we can spread awareness. And it's definitely a conversation that needs to be had, because even I learned something talking to you earlier. But first off, a very general question. What is heart disease?
Well, heart disease comes in many forms. As you know, it comes in clogged up arteries, as we call coronary artery disease. Also comes with congenital heart disease that you were born with, anomalies of your heart valves. And it can also affect the heart muscle, causing weak muscle, which we call cardiomyopathy. There are also irregular heartbeats, different kind of arrhythmias, and there are many, many more.
Wow. So there's a lot to cover. We don't have enough time. But there's some specific risk factors that you said that really took me by surprise. You want to explain about those?
Well, there are some very specific risk factors that pertain to women. And I always like to emphasize that heart disease affects women of all ages. We tend to believe that women are more affected when they go through menopause, but unfortunately, we know recently that if you have preeclampsia or gestational diabetes, which is basically getting diabetes while you're pregnant, or getting high blood pressure while you're pregnant, that is a special risk factor for you to develop heart disease when you get older. So basically, you just failed the stress test during your pregnancy. That's how you have to put it.
So I never thought of it that way. So if you do get diagnosed with that, then maybe it's something you should look into in
Absolutely.
the future as well. Okay. And what are signs of a heart attack for those who've never gone through something like that?
Well, they're the more classical signs of the crushing chest pain, shortness of breath, feel like somebody's sitting on your chest. But unfortunately, women present with many atypical presentations, such as just indigestion feeling or feeling very weak, fatigued. So if you actually have one of those, you can still think about your heart.
So you shouldn't ignore it either.
Exactly.
Wow, I wouldn't have thought that about those symptoms. How can women help? How can we help to prevent this for women, heart disease?
Well, we always say change your lifestyle, eat healthier, and exercise more. But beyond that, I think you need to know your numbers. You need to make an appointment with your physician. And if your numbers don't look good, if your cholesterol is high, your blood pressure is high, then make sure that you seek attention early on.
So my next question was, what advice would you give people? But I'm saying, I guess it's just to kind of know those signs and act on them, right?
Exactly. Okay. Know the signs and go to your healthcare provider on time and be aware of what are your risk factors.
Okay, thank you so much for all of that information. And of course, if you would like more information, we have a heart disease phone bank tomorrow, Heart Health Phone Bank through KSAT 12, and you can call from noon to 7, and all you have to do is dial 210-351-1363, and medical professionals from University Health System will be standing by to answer all of your questions because there's so much to cover, and so they will be there to answer questions. And for more information on University Health System's Heart and Vascular Institute, you can call 210-644-3278 or visit universityhealthsystem.com/services/cardiovascular. Thank you so much. Tomorrow on SA Live, cakes, pies, cookies, and a very, very long strudel. They've been baking since the mid-1800s. We'll take you inside the oldest bakery in Texas and give you a sweet taste of their apple pie strudel. Yum. Plus, loaded buns with the ultimate 3-pork flavor combination. Are you hungry yet? We're filling your belly with a century-old recipe from a local great-grandmother who lived to be over 100 years old. That's all tomorrow at 1. Stay with us.
I actually held a snake today.